how passive aggression actually works. It's a must we talk about it.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
This is a very important topic today. I see videos on internet about it, but they're very technical, and it's very easy for you to just get lost in the technicalities of it and the scientific, explanations of it, and not relate to it or not know how it shows up in your unhealthy relationship if you're involved with somebody, or maybe you want to be able to spot this out and know what it means. Maybe it's something that you hear people say, "Oh, every woman is passive aggressive," and so you believe that this is something that you need to tolerate, or it's something that can be overlooked, and you don't really know the significance, what kind of effects and causes that it has on your potential relationship with this person. And in this video, I'm going to break it down. In a previous video I just recently made, I stated that my number one deal breaker with dealing with women, regardless if she's a good woman or wifey material, is passive aggression. I cannot be involved with somebody long term that does not know how to express themselves in a healthy manner. So I'm going to break down what passive aggression how it actually works and what it actually looks like. Okay? I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's jump right into it. So I broke it down into categories of what you'll see, how it looks, and then what you're here, what you're here, and then also what you should know. So I broke it down into 3 categories, starting with what you'll see. Now, when it comes to passive aggressive people, what you'll see is this is silent rage towards you. Emphasis on the word you. Silent rage towards you. They can have it towards someone else too, but I'm going to make it clear that you're the one that's dealing with someone who's passive aggressive. You are dealing with someone who has silent rage towards you. Okay? Number 2, pretending not to have a problem with you. Okay? Number 3, avoiding addressing negative thoughts that they have towards you. Stick with me. Number 4, stockpiling resentment towards or for, you guessed it, you. Next, won't say anything, they won't say anything as long as you're looking, okay? But when your back is turned, they speak their truth about you. Can also be shown through the silent treatment, sulking, distancing themselves, detachment, unenthused responses. That's my least favorite one. Or sarcasm. I don't like that either. Now, the silent treatment is when they refuse to respond to you at all. It can be via text message. It can be while you're talking right in their face. It can be avoiding eye contact. You're talking to the side of their face. It's contentment. It is avoiding to go with you or avoiding to interact or communicate with you. Okay? Also, sulking is, when they put on that face like they're just sad and they can't find a way out. They're depressed. Nothing's going my way. To draw you into them and make you say, what's going on? And this is an attempt to extract attention and validation from you, but without addressing any issues with you. So when you give them attention, that temporarily patches up the resentment that they still have for you. Distancing themselves, going in another room, closing the door, leaving, staying away from you. You go in this room, they go out of that room and go into another one. You follow them, they change rooms again. This is what you'll see. Someone who is trying to avoid you. There's many reasons why they could try to avoid you. Maybe they're trying to avoid getting more upset, or maybe they just want to be free from thoughts of you, and they just want space. Now, unenthused responses is when, example of what actually happened to me. In real life, I can be a very funny guy. I like to crack jokes. I love to make my partner laugh. And let's say, as an example, you tell a joke, and instead of her laughing, she'll say something like, "That was funny." You're going to say that was funny instead of laugh. That's what I mean by unenthused responses. There's no enthusiasm. It's basically sarcasm. What you'll hear, next section. This is pertaining to their excuses as to why they are passive aggressive. If you are a person like myself who addresses red flags like this, passive aggression is definitely a red flag of mine, a deal breaker of mine. I'm going to address it first before I just cut you off. I'm going to let you know I don't do passive aggressive. Now, what you'll hear, what excuses they'll provide to you, the most common, and you're going to know this one because if you're passive aggressive, you said this, or if you've dealt with a passive aggressive person, you've heard them say this. Most common response or excuse or reasoning, whatever, justification, I don't like confrontations. The boy knows what he's talking about. Someone telling me that I don't like confrontations specifically as to why they do any of the things I just mentioned, that silent treatment, soaking, and avoiding talking about stuff, pretending like we don't have issues, all of that. Someone who says, I don't like confrontations as an excuse to why they do that, what they're saying is they lack control over their emotions and can react impulsively when triggered. What does that mean? I said it was pretty clear, but this is somebody who their feet get to shaking and they're ready to just as soon as there's something that isn't going their way, that you're doing that they don't like. So you're going throughout your life being yourself in a relationship or situation with this person who doesn't discuss issues that they have, and instead they have a silent rage going on where they're just on the insides. And some are better at hiding it than others, but they're just like, they don't want to say nothing because they're like, I'm going to blow. I'm going to give them what I got. I'm going to give them all I got. So they walk around and they ball up their fists behind closed doors. They're socking holes in walls. They're secretly destroying things of yours. They have to find an outlet to release that pressure. And they don't want to release it on you because they know that's not right. They know you'll leave. So they destroy other things. Some things that they destroy are physical, tangible things. Other things are things that, go undiscovered. Some things, if they destroy it, they have to discard it. They have to get rid of it. They have to drive up the block and throw it out the window so that you will never find this item that they destroyed. Because that is how they process their anger. Note, their motto isn't speak my mind calmly before I explode. It's don't say nothing before I explode. Let me repeat that. Their motto isn't option one, speak my mind calmly before I take option two, which is explode. Their motto is option one, don't say nothing. Because if not, then I'll take option two, which is I'll explode. This is what's going on. That's what they live by. Can you see why I can't be with a toxic, passive-aggressive person? I'm going to help you out. We giving women passes on being passive aggressive, and we say, oh, every woman's like that. Every woman you're gonna deal with is gonna be passive aggressive. This needs to be addressed. If you understand how it actually works, then you understand what actually needs to be addressed or fixed in order for you to move forward in a healthy manner. Second most common excuse that you'll hear from a toxic passive aggressive person: I won't bring it up if I know there's going to be a fight. You see how this cuts you down from giving you a fair opportunity to know what you did or said that triggered them in order for you to make adjustments before things get too bad? You're not even given the opportunity to make adjustments. They made that decision for you. They say, you know what? You did it already. I don't like it. So I'm not going to bring it up because I know we're going to fight when I bring this up. Now, this is how my brain works. And I happen to know a lot of passive aggressive people, so I've seen this over and over again. What they're saying by I won't bring it up if I know there's going to be a fight is what they're saying is, in addition to me lacking self-control over my emotions, what I actually want to say will offend you. What I actually want to tell you, how I actually want to say it, you're going to be offended. I know you are, because I would want it to offend you. I just say it in a way that offends you. If I just said what's on the top of my brain, I'm telling you, a passive-aggressive person that says I won't bring it up if I know there's going to be a fight, in addition to them lacking self-control, what they want to say to you is offensive. The way they think of you is offensive to you. They not finna say nothing. They haven't taken the time to process their emotions first and to get the dirt off of their thoughts in order to be able to convey it to you in a respectful manner. There's a step missing. This is a vengeful and spiteful person. This is vengeful and spiteful energy that you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who is vengeful and spiteful. They want get back. They want their lick back. And it doesn't matter the scale. It can be tiny, tit for tat, or it can be major, blowout status. What this is also saying is, basically another, what's the way? Another thing that this is saying, to cut it short, is I've given up on the health of the relationship, but I won't leave. I've given up on the health of the relationship. So I just want a relationship. I don't care if it's healthy or not. The health of the relationship is no longer a concern of mine. I still want the relationship, though. I'm not leaving. I'm staying. But what's going on behind the walls of their brain and their skull and their face that they're putting on for you is they're plotting their escape. So you have somebody with you that is secretly plotting an escape from you, whether that's stashing money somewhere, going to establish a relationship somewhere else, whether that's moving without telling you. They're plotting an escape from you. They don't like you, but they don't want to be alone. Or they don't like you, but don't want someone else to have you. You still want to deal with a passive-aggressive person? Someone who intentionally, knowingly avoids to communicate in a healthy way, skips the step of processing their anger in order to take the dirt off of their thoughts, their negative thoughts, and being able to convey their issues or concerns to you without them being offensive. Note, I have a video where I discuss people who put up with shit are typically full of shit. And I break this down way better. I give you live examples. I'm probably going to pin that video on one of these sides of the screen, but it's on my channel. If you scroll down, it's called People Who Put Up With Shit Are Typically Full of Shit. If you want more in-depth, knowledge or explanation on this topic. Okay? Please note that. Now, what you should know. Final category. Because you probably don't know what's going on when you're not around because you're not there. Unless you have cameras stashed everywhere, microphones and wires. But if you don't know what's actually going on. I'm going to help you with that right now in this final section. First, they tell your personal business to anyone who will listen. So please note that the people that they are around know your personal business. I'm talking, when I say personal business, if you didn't graduate from high school, someone else knows. If your breath stinks in the morning, someone else knows. If you're not pleasing them in certain kind of ways, someone else knows. Yeah, it's going to get foul. I want to be clear that they will tell your personal business that you don't want in the streets, your secrets, the things you had confided in them, with anybody who will listen. Why? Because they have to have an outlet to vent. That's how they're able to return to you and have a renewed pretend face. You still want to deal with a passive-aggressive person? Next, they insult you behind your back. And this is things that they never get away with saying to your face because you'd leave. So imagine what somebody can be saying about you that if they said to you, you'd leave instantly. Okay, well, any and everything, let's be clear, that can be said to insult you, that if said to your face, you'd instantly leave, is being said behind your back. Guarantee. Next, they can't regulate their emotions and are unstable. This should be obvious, but it's important for you to know. Next, they harbor, hold on to, keep resentment and hold grudges. So even after you felt like you fixed that problem, they don't forget. They'll bring it right back up as soon as another problem comes. They're bringing up the last 3 to 7 problems. They never let it go. They don't let things go. They hold on to them. This is their way of having fuel when it's time for them to do something unthinkable. They got the fuel stockpiled in their brain. They got the energy and the motivation needed to go through with their plan. That could be cheating. That could be stealing. That can be wiping out the bank account. When it comes to that conscious moment where you think, should I be doing this? They say, yes, because she did this, that, third, that. He told me this. He cheated on me back then 20 years ago. They are holding on to everything that you've ever said or done to them that triggered them, even things that you are unaware that you did because they won't tell you what's on their mind. You still want to deal with a passive-aggressive person? Next, they secretly desire to control you or the narrative or the overall situation, but are covert about it. They know that they shouldn't be doing that. They know. So that's why they are manipulators, because they have to be covert. They have to be secret. They have to go under the radar, unnoticed, in order for them to accomplish this. They're on a covert mission to control you, to get what they want out of you. So they are thinking of and concocting ways to extract what they want from you without you knowing. You still want to deal with a passive-aggressive person? Lastly, when they do speak their mind to you, when they do build up that courage, it's going to be raw, sharp, offensive, unhinged, unthoughtful. It's going to be so many nuances that just show you like you been feeling this way. You could have told me this before you got upset. It's raw. They giving it to you raw. They're breathing heavy. It's almost as if they're on the edge of, I don't even want to say it, but let's say hurting you really, really bad. Maybe even physically. This is a scary person to be around. You're going to be scared. And you can be a man dealing with a tiny woman and be scared because they can hurt you too. When I mention to people that I don't deal with passive aggression, they always try to make it seem like, oh, man, there's no way that you're going to be able to avoid that in a person. I'm not passive aggressive. I'm going to tell you straight up. Most of my relationships fail because I'm assertive and I'm direct. And I tell you exactly in this same tone right here. You cannot tell me I'm yelling at you. But I can see how people can be offended because I'm like, I don't like what you just said. And it seems like there's no feelings behind what I said. Oh, I have feelings. But I don't really cry much. I do. I'm a human being. Tears come from my eyes every now and then. But for the most part, when I'm hurt, I feel that pain in my chest. And I just be like, I'm offended. I don't like what you just said. And I can see how it comes off in a way that's like, why isn't he crying though? You might think I'm emotionless or nonchalant. No, I just know how to process my emotions before I get all the way to a point of exploding or being. No, I don't need to go all the way there. I heard what you said. I was like, what do you mean? I ask you questions to confirm that's what you meant to say. And if you say, yeah, I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that. If I'm going to deal with the raw emotions, my raw emotions, it's going to be not around you. Because if I tell you how I feel and you say, I don't care, then I say, okay, no problem. I'm done. And I'm in the car like, I can't believe she would talk to me like that. What possessed her to do that? If I crack a tear, it's going to be in the car, away from you. I hope this video helps anybody who watches it. I thank you for your continued support on my channel. If you do like the content or it resonates with you or you found it helpful, please give me a like, comment, or subscribe. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jerome, and this has been yet another episode of The Superb Word. Until next time, protect yourself. And two fingers, y'all.